Hello, it's John Heaton, and today I'm going to talk about box sets and deluxe editions and whether I think they're good value for money or not. And I've probably come down on the not side on the whole here. I'm going to show you a few from my collection, which I've picked up many because I just saw them at a good price. But these days, the prices of box sets and deluxes have been going through the roof, and it's just getting a bit ridiculous. So I'm just going to give you a bit of history of how it used to be. So this came out on the 20th anniversary of the Layla album. Contained the original album plus two bonus discs with outtakes, and it contained a nice booklet with pictures. It contained some reproductions of the sheet music, you know, the this kind of thing, the charts of what was recorded in which channel. And I seem to remember, I don't remember the exact price, but it wasn't anything extortionate. It was not much more than the price of a double CD at the time. So I remember that being good value. This from Bob Dylan, the 1 to 3, volume 1 to 3 of the bootleg series. Again, 3 albums of completely unreleased material plus a really good booklet. And that was pretty reasonably priced, I seem to remember. Nothing extortionate in those days. This came out in the mid-90s. Pet Sounds box set with 3 discs plus a bonus disc with the mono version. And again, loads of bonus material as well as the original album plus a really nice booklet. And that was actually a present, so I don't know how much that was, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't extortionate, because these days they're just charging the earth, and it's just a bit, yeah, as I say, it's getting ridiculous. So moving on to the 2000s now. This came out in 2004 from The Cure. It had 4 CDs of collecting together some rarities and B-sides and a delightful booklet, and that was no more than about £16 I think I paid for that. This from Billy Joel, The Stranger, the 30th anniversary, so this would have been 2007, and it's got a bonus CD live at Carnegie Hall, and it's got a DVD of various videos and stuff, and a documentary on the making of the album. And again, it comes with some, I mean, it's not A4 size or anything, but it's very nicely packaged with a bonus booklet and a poster and a nice booklet, as well as the material. So that was, again, I can't remember exactly what I paid for it, but it was good value. And then when McCartney started his archive series, the first one to come out was Band on the Run in 2010. And I seem to remember I paid no more than £35 for this, maybe 40. I bought it in Hungary, so I'm just trying to remember what the exchange rate was at the time for what I paid for it in forints, but it's certainly no more than £40. And it was good value for money, because you got all this, it's the equivalent of buying a huge, great hardback book, which you would expect to pay £30 for anyway, plus all the music which comes with the archive edition. So the original album, and we're all familiar with how much bonus material we get on McCartney's series, so that was very reasonably priced. Unfortunately, since then, prices have steadily gone up. I did pick up Venus and Mars and Speed of Sound, but only because they were half price in my local Media Mart store. They'd been reduced from 20,000 forints to 10,000 forints, which is about £27 each. So I thought that was pretty good value. I picked them up, but in England they would have cost more than the full price they were charging here. So I picked those up. Those are the only McCartney archive I've got. I noticed the Flaming Pie. Well, I think the problem really started with Wildlife, which was more than 100 quid, and Red Rose Speedway was 150 quid. And now I hear that Flaming Pie Deluxe is going to be £200, and there's a special collector's edition for £500. Well, I mean, if people want to go out and spend that kind of money, it's up to them, but I'm not going to do it. Even though I quite like to have those all of the archive boxes. Don't get me wrong, quite nice things to own, but I'm not paying that amount of money for it. And I didn't pick up the Sgt. Pepper box, I didn't pick up the White Album box, didn't pick up the Abbey Road box for the same reason. I just feel that they're, if not ripping off the fans, they are taking advantage of the fact that the fans love the album so much. And well, if you're willing to spend that kind of money and you think it's good value, that's up to you. But as I say, I think they're overpriced. Led Zeppelin came out, probably the first to come out with the archive series, and their box sets, I suppose, are slightly more reasonable. They tend to be priced around 100 quid, but it's still a lot of money. But they did release the vinyl separately if you wanted to do that. Moving closer towards today, we've got Bob Dylan Trouble No More. This is a 4 LP set with a glorious colour booklet, and I think I paid no more than £60 for that, so that was good value. So not against box sets, I think £200 for a couple of lyric sheets and posters and, you know, new sleeve notes on tracks, or, you know, it's very rare that us fans hear anything new about these albums. You know, there might be the odd observation, but on the whole we know this kind of music backwards. So I don't know what these essays are like, these new essays about all these albums, whether they justify any kind of, you know, forking out that kind of money. But as I say, I'm not willing to take the risk. I noticed Goat's Head Soup from Rolling Stones is coming out in a deluxe edition. So initially got quite excited with that news, then looked up the price on Amazon. It was 100 quid. So, and I just thought I'd end with talking about All Things Must Pass and comparing the price that they charged in 1970 to what they charge today, because I suppose that was the first box set ever, really. Now, if any of you in the US can remember what you paid for it, or in the UK what you paid for it at the time, please mention it in the comments. In the Nicholas Schaffner book, he says that the album was retailing for $14, and I think at the time the dollar was worth about $2.20 to the pound, so that would make it about just under £6, which is pricey for a double album. But I was looking at the prices today on Amazon, and in the US you can pick this album up for $57, and in the UK for 64 quid. So the UK has become significantly more expensive, I guess, with the dollar strengthening in the intervening years. Because I read, the $14 of 1970 in today's money is worth $95. So, and it only cost 57. So I think you guys in the US are probably getting a bargain here. Whereas in the UK, £5.65 is worth £88. So I suppose we're getting a bargain as well. So maybe the whole thing was overpriced at the time. But having said that, those are the prices on Amazon without postage. And I did see this album selling for 102 quid in HMV a few years ago, and I was just shocked to bits. So that was my little rant on box set. Don't get me wrong, if you guys want to spend that kind of money, it's up to you. It's a free country, free world, but you won't find me forking out. I might be tempted to fork out on vinyls and vinyl editions and the odd coloured vinyl, but not these deluxe sets. So thank you for watching. See you next time.